Today, I am come to inform Biafrans the need to join hands together and chase away the military in our land.
The prelate of the Methodist Church of Nigeria, Samuel Kanu Uche, has disclosed that 100 million naira was paid as ransom before he was released by his abductors. The prelate was kidnapped in Abia State on his way coming from church service along with his chaplain and the Bishop of Ori.
If after 3 weeks you still hear of this Fulani nomadic terrorists kidnapping people anywhere in our forest, you know that we are all jokers.
A burst of joyous noise. After an anxious wait, as a prelate of the Methodist Church of Nigeria, His Eminence Reverend Samuel Chukwuemeka Kanuche returned to his home in Lagos after release by kidnappers in Abia State.
The political leaders from Biafra land have been briefed severally through our broadcast, through the awareness we are creating, but all of them continue to pretend that they don't understand and they don't know what is going on. Born in Igbo land.
On the precipice, we have been set back more than 60 years right now. We've gone back to the time before 1966 now.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are listening from. This is Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's disciple on Biafra, Liberation and the Restoration. This afternoon, we are here on the space to discuss the Nigeria disintegration in 2023, and as it is going to be the roadmap for lasting peace in the Sahel and the entire region. Today, we are targeting especially those one Nigerianists, those die-hard one Nigerianists. As you are coming here to discuss with me, I am asking you and urging you to be very civil. We, the Biafra people and the Biafra agitators, are not people that are constituting nuisance on social media or on Twitter space. So if you come here as a Nigerian, you want to discuss with me very, very civilized way. We can also play very dirty if you bring it on, but because of the importance of this discussion today, the topic, because of how important this topic is, we would want to have a very healthy discussion. Come and tell us why Nigeria must not disintegrate in 2023. We have had series of research and intelligence report from the United States, from other parts of the world, that Nigeria will become a failed state and it will end in civil war. And after civil war, Nigeria will disintegrate. And some of this research predicted and said 2030. So we are not going to wait until everybody is dead in 2030 to let the inevitable to happen. The inevitable is that Nigeria will end up breaking up one day. And because the opportunity has never been as it is now, we must not allow Nigeria to exceed 2023. It is a right of everybody. Because in the Western world, you have the right to agitate and you have the right to demand for referendum. And because we have been demanding for this referendum, and of course, the African leaders and Nigeria leaders, as you all know them, they are all corrupt and criminals, and they will never allow people to have a democratic process. So we are going to compel them by making sure there is no election in Biafra land 2023. And from there, we take it on. So I will be bringing in, people to, especially I am looking forward to have the people that are one Nigerianist. I'm looking forward to have you, One Nigeria needs to come here and discuss, very civilized way, and do not use vulgar language, because you don't use that more than us, but because we don't want to come here and start talking like people in the marketplace. So please, as you are coming here, you need to, if you have a question, if you have anything that it bothers you, I am here to address your question. Please, if I did not ask you to omit yourself, do not omit yourself, please. Mazi, you have been doing that, please. Mute yourself until I ask you to speak. Mazi, I removed you before. Mazi Uwaoma. Mazi Uwaoma, can you mute yourself, please? All right. So before we wait for those who I'm going to make a co-host, I don't know. Sources, I am going to make you a co-host, and you will be bringing people, to make you'll be the one to call people and bring them in, and then when other people come that at least I know, I will also make them co-host. Those people I have seen on social media. So Sources, I'm making you a co-host to this program. So on this note, we're gonna start from Mazi Anya Mazi Anwanwu. You can have the mic.
Yeah, good morning, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and then good morning to the house. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say a very big thank you for all your endeavors and the strength you've shown so far in standing firm and then leading the progress of this Biafra restoration. And I just want to chip something in, and that is in regards of the rules and regulations, or maybe how the house functions. Last time we had people who came in and they were shouting, and then I'm just making an appeal that I would say, or maybe I would like you to. Yeah, you said last time you don't want to take people out, but I think it's also a very good thing when people come and then they don't heed to the instructions you give. You just bring them down and then allow other people who are here to make reasonable contributions to come in, so that we can also listen and then hear what you are going to say. Because I believe you're not here to discuss anything with any person. You're just here to answer questions from people who have one Nigeria mindset, and then instead of them coming here to create nuisance, and then you can just mute them or remove them, so that we can listen and then hear your explanations and then hear your contributions. That is all I want to say.
Exactly. So,
all right.
I'm
Yes.
going to also make you
Yeah.
a host. Okay.
Good morning, Biafrans. Good morning, one Nigerian is here. The rules of this house is that the reason why Mazi Simon Ekpa is bringing up this issue is for a civil deliberation. As a one Nigerianist that might have come to defend your Nigeria, and you see those of a Biafra like us talking about Biafra, don't get angry. With a superior argument, you win the debate. So you must make sure you bring a superior argument to counter why Nigeria will remain one beyond 2023. And if you are unable to present it, then you have to as well listen to those who we look forward to have a very fruitful discussion. Right.
Right. Thank you very much. So I think we can take it off from here. Those that if you want to speak, if you have been given an opportunity by accepting your invitation, if you want to speak, you can raise your hand. So I think Mazi, you can take it off from here.
Okay, yeah, I just noticed that you made me also a co-host. Thank you so much. Then we start from Femi Akinsola. Femi Akinsola, can you unmute yourself and then you have the mic, please?
Femi, are you there?
Simon, I'm not sure. Am I audible?
Yes, you
Yeah,
are very
yeah, we
audible.
can hear you.
All right. I just came up here to also, remind our Indigo brothers. Simon, no dey vex. I always like going straight into the point, but massive respect to you, massive respect to every Indigo nationalist out there. And I just came up stage. The last time I was unable to even tell you thank you for all the job you've been doing. I'm sorry it's a little bit windy, but then I just want to remind our Indigo brothers that no retreat, no surrender. The Nigerian system is heading into barbarism. Sometimes I feel like we actually don't even need to do anything much for the system to collapse. It's definitely going to collapse. But then we still need to do what we need to do. We need to keep preaching the message. And just like the last speaker said, if you're coming on this stage to come and defend one Nigeria, and we feel like it doesn't make sense, you need to be able to give us different examples of how it makes sense comparing with other countries. And if you can't do that, then the biggest argument wins. At this stage and time, we're getting too distracted with the 2023 elections. I've seen a lot of people shouting Peter Obi, Asiwaju, or what it might be. But the constant thing is the bombs are coming down south. The Yoruba-speaking parts of Kogi, I've already witnessed 3 bombs in the last 3 weeks. It's already in Yoruba land, and if you're not paying attention, then may God help you that you are not wiped out. Thank you very much, Simon. I'll come in again.
All right, thank you very much, Femi, for that information.
Yeah, thank you so much again, Femi, also. And now we can take Korobasi Chinedu, please. Can you unmute yourself and then go on? Make it snappy, please.
Thank you, Biafrans, about of freedom all over the world. Who is speaking, please?
Frank, can you unmute yourself, please?
Hello, I can.
Yeah, Okorobase, can you take it up from here again, please? Sorry for the interruption from Basil.
Thank you. Fellow Biafrans, thank you for this wonderful opportunity. I want to thank you, all of us of freedom and the Biafrans worldwide, my Simon Ekpa, for this wonderful project. And I look forward for a fruitful ending of this issue. Thank you all. Thank you. That's all I can say now. Thank you all, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And now we can take Mazi Uwama Ozemena, please. Can you mute yourself and go on?
Thank you, Mother Simon. Thank you, all the hosts of the program. My contribution is that we all have seen what is going on. And this is a serious period that we have to without listening or looking at anybody. Anyway, what happened to the priest was a serious eye-opener to everybody. And I thank God for using the man to vindicate somebody like Master Simon Ekpa and all the people who are pursuing this just cause. And I believe that God will keep revealing everything. So, and my question about this is, those people, especially that police officer that later protested against the kidnapping of those Fulani bandits, that I heard that Nigeria government is after. And also this very priest, Methodist priest, that they kidnapped, that came on the air to reveal every secret. When the attack is on them, how may we protect them? This is my question. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I was a little bit distracted. Can you ask your question again, please?
Hello, sir.
Yes. Can the person repeat that question again, please? I'm a little bit distracted.
I said, like after the revelation of those kidnappers in Abia State, the police officer took it up to make an announcement, and I learned that the Nigerian government is after the police officer. Then, and also, from my own understanding, because we are in a wicked country, I know that we also go after that Methodist priest who was released from that kidnapping hand. And I know that their life now are at risk. When we hear that these people, that the Nigeria terrorists are after them, how may we do? Can we provide something to protect them? Because we need to protect them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Please, this Mazi, I'm going to remove you because each time you come, I have asked you to. Are you the one who spoke now? Mazi Uwa Oma, can you mute yourself, please? One more time, I'm going to remove you from this because the noise is too much. So, yeah, the people, those policemen must be protected. We are not going to, issue how we are going to protect them or anything like that. But we have issued a statement a few days ago that nothing must happen to them, including the prelate, the bishop. Nothing must happen to him. And one thing about this whole thing is that I am very happy that everybody can predict. So you yourself already knew that they are going to come after them. That is exactly why we must not wait any longer for Nigeria to exit 2023. Because by the actions, by their body language, by their policies, you already know where they are going. And anybody that tries to protect the people against this jihadist government and army, they will always come after such people. So it is already known by you and every other sensible person that whenever people come to speak up, they go after them. So the question you should be asking yourself is that why are they going after people who have come to give testimony, who have come to give a first-hand experience, who have come to explain how they have been handled and kidnapped by the jihadists, and who have come to review the information they got from the terrorists, that they are looking for money, including those ones they are getting from the government, to be able to acquire more arms and ammunition and weapons, and then invite other people from the Sahel to come and take over our land. So why it should be those who are fighting for one Nigeria should be worried? Why are the security agents who are controlled by the same people protecting them? We always go after those who speak the truth. And we have had series of similar issues. They also did the same thing to Dr. Malafia. That is one of the biggest. Dr. Malafia had first-hand information, even to the extent of knowing that a governor is the commander of Boko Haram. Now, in order to conceal that particular information, they killed him. So we all know all this. But one thing about the reason why they killed Dr. Malafia is because he has nobody. When I mean he has nobody, he has nobody. They are not going to kill any Biafran like that. Dr. Malafia is from the southern Kaduna. Southern Kaduna has been overrun by these terrorists, and they have nobody to fight for them. They don't have Mazin Namdekano. They don't have IPOB. They don't have Eastern Security Network in the southern Kaduna. So, and that is why we have been saying that those our elders in the southeast and the south, making Biafra, they don't know the power they have in Nigeria when they recognize the power of the youth and the agitators. If they align with us, they will speak and Nigeria will shake. But because these people know that they are not in good terms with us, and that's why they are using them anyhow. So for the fact that we have come now to make a statement that nothing must happen to these people, and they know how serious we are, and they know how it is going to what is going to happen in case anything happened to them. Dr. Man Lafia now, nobody did anything. They killed him, and that's the end. But that is not the same thing when it comes to Biafra. We will fight you. We will fight you teeth to teeth. If anything happened to that bishop, we are going to bring hell on them. That is a promise. Thank you.
Who else to speak? Chukwu Chukwudi. When Mazin Amdi can speak, can come up and speak.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Ekpa. Good morning, co-host, and good morning, the whole house. Please, am I coming out?
You are coming out clear.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I was waiting for the one Nigerianists to talk so that I could contribute by opening their eyes on the things I don't really know why they cannot see. Please permit me, Mr. Simon Ekpa, for me to throw a little enlightenment to some of us here. Sometime in the past months, an unknown gunman was shot down in Imo State, and when they went close and opened his face, behold, he was a DSS man. Sometime at Nobi, in past few months, 2 unknown gunmen were shot down, and when they went close to them, they were Fulani men. And I don't know why our people still think our vote counts. Our vote doesn't count in Nigeria. We had an elected governor in Imo State. They waited for him to come by. He declined their request, and they went to the court and removed him. Yet, the eyes of our people have not yet opened. And I'm beginning to ask, what kind of time will still be covering the eyes of our people that they are still believing in one Nigeria, thinking using the musicians will make anybody go anywhere in Nigeria? They can never give you they can never allow any power to any Igbo man, because they have done so much evil with power. So they can never give out that power again. So please, what I am trying to say is this. Please, if it is death, let us all die now. And if we are living, let us start living, because this is not life we are living. We always talk about this. If we say, and if we are saying, please, that there are not going to be election in Biafra land, please let us all stand. If whatever they want, anyhow they want it, let us please free ourselves from this slavery that we are all into. Nobody is free in Biafra land. Let us free ourselves, please. And I still thank God, and I thank Nnamdi Kanu for the brave ESL that God instituted through him, that God gave us. Please, I want to also thank you, Mr. Simon Ekpa. Anybody who lives in the spirit and in the body will know what you are passing through. But I want to tell you that Chukwu Okike Abiama is the only strength that you have. And he will never allow you to go shame. You will always amount victory. Site n'aha Chukwu Okike Abiama. Ise.
Can we take Ikime Julius, please? Can you unmute yourself and then talk to us, please?
Yeah, okay. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I just want to chip in something. You know, Biafra is a good cause. Nobody, every right-minded Nigeria, we see that, yes, the resources in Nigeria has not been distributed equally, you know. But now, I want us to look at it from another angle. If you look at the Biafra states, all other states that are inclusive, you know, all the South states, how are they following up this course which were being experienced mostly in the east and not more of the south, like Edo Delta, and then Bayelsa and some other states. Are they also following up this course? My question is directly to Simon Ekpa, if he can just enlighten me. And also, this is the only time Nigeria has ever gotten a viable Igbo president, which we are seeing. We are seeing it crystal clear. It's not about. It's no longer about distributing money anymore. You can distribute money and still lose election. It happened in those states when Tinubu went there to spend money. We can see the massive support that they still gave and defeated Tinubu, and which I can see it happening for Peter Obi. So if we are saying that no election in 2023, are we not stopping the chance of making Igbo president? Nigeria has never given Igbo chance to rule. Igbo has never been put in the equation, in position of leadership. Even when they even managed to get there, vice president, and then they will never get to there. Peter Obi Atiku, but Atiku did not win. But now he's standing forth, and we are all seeing his records on how he got there. So my own is that, what are the roadmap to every other state to make sure that, yes, this Biafra cause that you are fighting is achieved? That's my question, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother, for that wonderful question. Let me start answering you by saying that we, the Biafra people, have decided to choose our freedom over presidency. That's number one. We have decided to choose our freedom over presidency because we know Nigeria better than you, better than you do. From your input, I can categorically say that I know Nigeria better than you. Now, let me start by analyzing the political parties. There are people that are very good in chess, political chess in Nigeria. Chess. Politics is a chess in Nigeria. You play that chess. When you are good in it, you can predict who becomes the governor even in the next 20 years if Nigeria continues to be a country. Now, from the political parties, no political parties in Nigeria or no political party in Nigeria will make any headway in federal election without being northernized. And after the northernization of the party, you will now talk about the Fulanized without being Fulanized. So the party must be northernized and Fulanized. So, and when we talk about the Fulanization and northernization of the political party, you have to talk about the heavyweight that are backing that make that political party a northernized party or a Fulanized party from the northern Nigeria. Now, look at the only northernized party that have political heavyweight from the northern Nigeria is the PDP and the APC. So, for the fact that Obi is now a presidential ticket or card carrier of a Labour Party, already make him apart from the fact that he is an Igbo man. So that already make him a failure. Now, why do I say that you must be the political party must be northernized and Fulanized for you to make headway in Nigeria? Because the system of Nigeria, the democratic process of Nigeria, everything about Nigeria has been restructured against every other part of Nigeria, only to favor the North. So from A to Z, the system has been restructured. The election process has been restructured to favor the northern Nigeria than the southern Nigeria. So Obi, coming from Igbo, Obi being an Igbo man, first of all, we are not even in good terms with Obi. Obi killed our people while he was the governor of Anambra State. But that is not the case now. So the most important thing is that we have come to choose our freedom over the presidential race because we know Obi becoming a president is impossible. Like, it is the last thing that will happen on this earth. It is easier to get Biafra than Obi to be president. So we choose to get Biafra, which is more easier. Now, the issue of of Edo and other parts of Biafra, believe me, none of them, including you now that is talking now, if the opportunity comes to, if you begin to see the green light of Nigeria disintegration today, you will be coming to sing our praises because you are just being uncertain of what the future will bring. So you are not sure. You are scared. And because you are scared, every other person that is talking about Nigeria today is scared. Not that if they bring the Nigeria disintegration on the table now, you will say, no, I don't want it. Let us continue. Let us have election. So if, for example, that all of a sudden you begin to hear, all right, let us negotiate Nigeria. Let us disintegrate tomorrow. We choose a disintegration over election. Are you going to say no? You will not say no because you are scared of what the future will bring. But one thing you don't know is that life is a risk. And this time around, we are going to take that risk of no election. And we know what the risk is going to bring. It will always bring positive results. We are going to start pushing it from there. And the issue of unification or roadmap to bring in other people to Biafra and all that, it is going to happen automatically because the system itself of Nigeria already positioned the mind of people. So at the right time, you are going to know the position. What you see happening now is not the reposition of the people from the Edo people. It's not the reposition of some people from the South. No, you are going to know their reposition when they have begin to see the green light that these Biafra people are succeeding. Then you are going to see who they really are. For now, everybody is pretending and playing game of chess. And we have studied these people from many years. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Master Simon. Biafran movement, your hand has been up for a long time. Please unmute yourself and then talk to us.
And whosoever again wanted to speak, please should lift his hand up. Please.
Good morning. Yeah, please, can I speak now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. I want to thank our present leader. For now, we are looking up to you, Simon. Seriously, I admire you. I admire your courage. I admire everything about you concerning this movement. And the only thing I can tell you is that God will, strengthen you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
First of all, I have 3 questions here. One of the questions is from a die-hard Nigerianist. Actually, this guy is from Igala, Biafran part of Igala. So the question he actually threw to me was how he's actually listening, but I don't know how he can, actually he doesn't want to speak anyway. But I want to just make it, public so that maybe you can throw more light, shed more light on that. So he said, what are their fates for a good egalitarianism if Biafra is actualized? That is his question. A good egalitarian equity and justice, that has to do with the Igala people. What are they stand to gain from the dominated Igbo-speaking Biafrans? That's his question. Then my own personal question is, he talks about demilitarizing Igbo land. You and I know that these governors, they cannot do anything, neither they will say anything. They're not going to say anything about this matter. What are the strategies are we going to use to chase this military away from our land? So thank you very much. I look forward to, talk to you more. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me start from now.
Okay.
Let me start from the last question. What are we going to do to the military? Because we know that the leaders will not do anything because they are all scared and afraid. I will say this. If the kidnapping, criminality, terrorism in Biafra land continues, as a result of military-sponsored terrorism, military-sponsored kidnapping, military-sponsored and orchestrated ethnic cleansing in our land, as we can see today with evidence and first-hand victimized information. We will have no other choice than to start engaging them. That is going to be the solution. We can't fold our hands and watch a government-sponsored killings, sponsored terrorism, sponsored kidnapping, backed by Fulani-controlled Nigeria army to continue to kill our people. We can't continue like that. So if the leaders and they fail to address the issue of the demilitarization of our land, we don't have any other choice than to rise up and defend ourselves. And when we defend ourselves against criminals, we defend ourselves against the military. That is going to start happening. Believe me, the kidnapping and the killing in Biafra land cannot continue. You see the spate of violence everywhere. These are being perpetrated by the same military, like the instances people have given here. So we are not backing down on it. We understand that even now, they are bringing special forces to the southeast and all that. They're going to be bringing them. Well, ask yourself, all the special forces that have been bringing all this war, where are they? Why are they bringing all the time special forces to Biafra? Every time they are bringing special forces, where are the other ones they have brought before? So we are not going to fold our hand and watch Fulani orchestrated killings, kidnapping, and of course, the agenda is to take over our land. And that is why, if you listen to some of our exposition, where they say Nigeria is a failed state in 2030, we are not going to allow Nigeria to continue to be a failed state until 2030, where the civil war will start. We are going to start it next year. We are going to stop election in Biafra land next year. So we don't need to wait till 2030, because by then, before then, you all will be dead. And this is well-researched information. So we are basing our decisions and our move and whatever we are doing today based on reality, what is attainable. So forget about the leaders. The same way people are supporting one Nigeria is the same way the leaders are. So they can't bite the finger that is feeding them. Nigeria is feeding them, and they are very few. That's why we are speaking and Biafrans are listening to us, because the majority, 99.9% of Biafrans are with us. If you look at the majority or the population of Biafra, you calculate the vote. I was watching Tabua. Tabua was giving analysis of how many votes Anambra governor election received, how many votes one senatorial district in the north received, and it was higher than the vote of the Anambra election. Anambra governor election, I don't know whether Soludo become governor for 100 and something thousand votes. Other person get 20,000. Other person does that reflect the ratio of the population of Anambra State? No. The same thing is in entire Biafra. So when you put the vote of the Biafra people together, you will find out that they don't even represent, the people that are voting in Nigeria in Biafra does not even represent 1% of Biafra population. So out of 70 million of Biafra, you are going to see somebody voting, and the entire vote in the southeast and the south will be 11 million. Does that represent the people? No. So what we are saying is that we are going to make sure that if the military continue this criminality, ethnic cleansing in our land, we will rise up against them very soon. Now, the issue of Igala, Benue State or so, everybody is going to be carried along. What we are fighting for is equity, justice, and peace. We are not going to be leaving Nigeria and jumping into a different thing. So we are going to solve the problem by, first of all, having what I called a database system. The database system and the law of Biafra, the constitution of Biafra, will lay the background and the pace, and set the pace for this justice, equity, and fairness. So we are not going to, there's not going to be anybody that is going to come from a minority. We don't have minority. We are going to have what we call the confederating state of Biafra. That is at least being proposed at this point. So the confederating state of Biafra will have equality, equity, justice, and fairness. You govern yourself the way you want, and those people that we feel that need to be supported will also have a law that will design how every other person will support that particular province. So it is going to be something you've never seen before. And that is why some of us are, doing everything to make this Biafra to come, because the templates are there. Biafra is going to be the beginning of the civilization in Africa, because we are going to borrow a lot of things from outside the world. I will use the word borrow. Even though we know that the democracy started from Biafra. But now that is civilization. The world is evolving. So we are scattered all over the world. We are in Asia, in Europe, in America, in whatever you can think of. So, and we have professionals doing wonders in those areas and in those countries and the continent. And Biafra is going to be a combination of everything you can think of. So the issue of people being afraid of equity, or people being afraid of that they are minority, there will be no minority in Biafra. We are going to make sure that the state of origin is wiped out. We are not going to have state of origin. That alone will begin to solve the problem of minority. Because in Nigeria, they have already divided you. When you talk about the state of origin, they say, I'm from Anambra, I'm from Enugu, I'm from... No! We are not going to have state of origin. That is where the problem of Nigeria started. Apart from the fact that you have been easily identified with your name, we are going to change that by law. We will use law to change it. This is just a brief of how the equality will begin in Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Please, if you are participating in this program and you wish to speak, raise your hand up. Just raise your hand. You will be called upon to speak. And the last answer you gave to that Igala question is very okay. Biafra will be detribalized, and they make sure that everybody is equal before the law. There is no dominarity between on anybody from Igbo, from Ijo, from everybody will rule their own nation. Use your resources to develop your own nation. That is the agenda our leader has for the nation we are looking for. Thank you. If you wish to speak, please raise your hand so that we know those who have spoken and those who have not spoken. Please just tap the icon and raise your hand up. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I guess most of the people are also using the space just for the first time or so. But I know that Isdo and at Mamboy TV, I hope you guys want to speak. Can you unmute yourself? You're still there.
Good morning, dear friends. Hello, I hope you can hear me loudly.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We are hearing you. What is it? It's noisy. It's noisy.
Please, who is this? This thing is noisy, please.
Oh.
Can you omit yourself now? And then on our page, please, on our page now, we've just shared what we call Biafra Fundamental Principles and Vision. It is found on www.ipobinusa.org/Biafra-Fundamental Principle Policy. So I've just posted it. If you want to read more about this principle, you can just go there and read it for yourself. Thank you.
Yeah, Isdo, are you still there?
His gadget is making noise. I don't know what to be the cause of that.
All right, so bring somebody else.
This person. Isodore. Please unmute yourself. Isidore, unmute yourself. No, not sure if he's around.
Yeah. Then we take Omodua. Omodua, can you unmute yourself, please? Omodua, are you there?
No. No, I'm not sure if he's around. I'm not sure. And Any other person who wishes to speak, please unmute yourself and speak. There's not much no much mic here. There's
Yeah,
not much mic request.
then Mazi Simon, you can go on and then educate us on at least the one thing I wanted to know more about is when you ask. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, about the offer and the assistance you talked about that IPOB will give to the government to our leaders if they pull out the military from Biafra land, that we are going to assist them to make sure that in 3 weeks Biafra land will be safe from kidnappers, from all criminalities. Can you enlighten us more on that?
Yeah, yes, thank you very much for that particular question. Yes, we have, the offer is still there, and it is not going. We are not going to change from that offer. We are not begging them, but we are saying that first of all, from the intelligence report we have, because as far as Nigeria is concerned, now Biafra people have the most intelligent report, the most reliable intelligence report when it comes to security. So we have said that first of all, pull the military out of our land, and you have solved 60% of the insecurity. And when you have solved the 60% of the insecurity, the insecurity in kidnapping, burning of local government, burning of secretariat, burning of houses in the communities, and all that. These crimes, from our investigation, are being committed by the military to, to put a bad name to Biafran agitators. So pulling them out of our land will give us the leverage to, to engage the criminals, those who are the remaining of the criminals, which some of them will be coming with not by mufti. So if they can pull out the military out of our land, the 60% of the insecurity have been solved. We are going to engage these criminals, including those that that the military are shielding. Because if you listen to the testimony of the victims of kidnap, you find out that most of the kidnaps today, they are happening in a place that you feel secured, in a place that you have the presence of securities like 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, and all that. So even as small as 150 or 500 kilometers. So these crimes are happening because the military are sharing them. So, and it makes it very impossible for our Eastern Security Network to go to those places, because if they go there, they are not going to engage the criminals, rather they are going to engage the military. So once you pull the military out, these people, we are going to chase them away within 3 weeks. I am telling you the fact. So we have already, analyzed this report and the strategies, how we are going to use to chase them away. I'm just giving you one example now, which if you think about it, you know that it is feasible. That the kidnapping incidents are happening very close to military checkpoints, and as close as 5 kilometers, as close as 3 kilometers, as close as 500 meters. So how can you now go and start engaging criminals where you have a military checkpoint and military are looking for our men to kill? You see. So, and then those crime and the insecurity in the city, you can understand that the police, the security, everybody is there. So, like one of our brothers gave the instances before, that the person, one of the non-government that was killed was a DSS officer, and then another two was Fulani people. So once we know that the military are out of our land, we are going to engage them, and it will take us 3 weeks because we have men. We have men to engage them, and it is going to take us. This 3 weeks is even far. I am telling you the fact. So this offer is there, and we are not begging them because everybody will be victim of this kidnapping. The reason they came to our land, or the reason they are there, is not to kidnap. The reason is to position themselves for the onslaught that is coming. Just like they promised that bishop, that they are looking for money. Once the money comes, they're going to invite their people from Sahel and all that. They are not looking for money. The money is there already. The government is sponsoring them. So this money you see they are using now is just to let them be doing one or two things to sustain themselves. and wait for the order to come, because they are positioning themselves, monitoring the land, monitoring our map and all that. So, and this is the thing we are not going to allow to happen until after, we are not going to allow this thing to exist in 2023. That is why everything must be done to stop the election. Because once we stop the election, it will be the beginning of the end. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And
I think Babalola, our own brother from the Oduduwa Nation, Babalola, can you omit your mic and speak to us? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Simon, Success, and everybody. I think this is my second time of joining a space organized for this purpose. And I want to start by saying thank you for facilitating this kind of discourse. I think it's a discourse that is enlightening and also very useful in this time. In 2012 or 13 precisely, I remember that I was in Enugu State, where I served and I had my master's degree. So I can recall my supervisor telling me then that, Babalola, you need to be very fast with your project. Very soon, you will not be able to enter Enugu State except with a passport. You will not be able to enter this place except with a passport. We are going to have our whole nation. That was as far back as 2012, 2013. So the issue of Biafra nation, it's not something specifically new to me. And I remember then, 2012, 13, 14, 15, I remember a lot of structures that were going on. Within the Christian body. That was the period when they started the Christian Security Network and all those stuff. Like, I was part of the first few meetings of those stuff. So it's not something that is strange to me. And I also want to say that as much as you will see me as a one Nigerianist, I may differ a little bit. I may not be a core Nigerianist in that sense, because from being trained as a geophysicist, I know that there is obviously no equity. There's obviously marginalization within the Nigerian government. It's obvious. And I'm going to admit the fact that of course the Igbos have been marginalized, and not even the Igbos, almost all the tribes. So it's something there. But where somewhere like we will be coming from is that I want to say that this is the only time where I could say that it is really, because for me, it's two options. It's either we go our separate ways, or Peter Obi comes in. So for me, if Peter Obi will not come in, it's just we are going our separate ways. Like I've been for the movement of let's go our separate ways. Let's go our separate ways. Let individuals develop their own nation. Enough of using the resources of A to manage B. Enough of using the oil of A to manage B. Enough of using the economic values of A to let everybody stand. Let us develop individually. Enough of bringing Fulanis from the north to come and attack the east. So enough of that kind of trash. That was what I was for. But I'm shifting my position, because I think that at this point, I think this is the closest time that an Igbo man would move close to. And to some extent, I agree with Simon saying that looking at the Nigerian chess game, the Nigerian political chess game, it seems that its chances are slim, but the narrative is changing. I believe the narrative is changing. Like this is the first time the youths are coming en masse, irrespective of tribe, to openly come out for an Igbo candidate. Like, it's crazy. Like both diaspora, both those in Nigeria, the youth. Like I've spoken with, like I've been reaching out to youth, so many people, even from the east. So I think this is the first time the youth are coming out en masse. Like the youth are crazy about Obi, and I think that no, I may be wrong, but I think that I would prefer I don't know. I would prefer us giving him a chance, and if the Nigerian government decides that if after their politics they decide that nothing will work, then we know that's just my own opinion, sir. And I may be wrong. So I'm going to eat the mic.
All right, thank you very much. I like your opinion. I'm going to address you. First of all, I want to make it very categorically clear today that we are not fighting for freedom because of marginalization. Marginalization is something that we have been dealing with, and we are not bothered about marginalization. The reason we are fighting for freedom is not because of marginalization. The reason we are fighting for freedom is so that we have the right to live, right to life, and the opportunity to live and let other people live. So we are not fighting for this Biafra freedom because we are being marginalized. No, that is the lowest, reason, or I would say the least reason we are fighting for this particular freedom. We are fighting for this freedom that we are going to develop the way we want. We are going to join other developing nations to compete internationally. We are fighting so that our children and our women and our fathers and grandfathers and grandmothers will have the rights to live. We are fighting so that we are not going to be, being butchered every day when we go to our farms or go to our stream. We are fighting so that we are not going to be dragging our farmland with the Fulani terrorists. We are fighting so that nobody will be carrying AK-47 in the bush and looking for our women to rape. So the reason why we are fighting are numerous, not just because of marginalization. Marginalization is not even, one of the reasons why somebody like me is out to fight. Now, that is number one. Number two, if you are talking about P2B becoming the president, which National Assembly is P2B going to work with to realize that your Nigeria dream? You see, there are things we know that some of you are not even thinking about that. If P2B become the president, which we know that it is not possible, which National Assembly is P2B going to work with? P2B going to work with a National Assembly that is modernized, dominated by Fulani Muslims at the National Assembly. So the crippling of the P2B government will start from the National Assembly. And let me tell you also, I think I need to give you this reason before going to the National Assembly. The second reason is that P2B in this campaign is just what I call complete this sentence. P2B is being used by the British to continue to make the Ndigbo relevant in this election, so that Ndigbo will go to another poll and validate Nigeria for the next 4 years. That is exactly what the British are doing. And we are only telling you that we cannot continue to validate a failed state, a state that you yourself even telling me now that this is the first time. It is never the first time. You have been saying that every time, and what you see on social media does not reflect what is going to happen on ground. Fulani control the INEC Electoral Commission. Fulani control the police. Fulani control the army. They can announce anybody they want. You have seen it in so many elections. Fulani control the judiciary. When you are not happy with the election, you go to court. Tanko Mohammed is waiting you there to pronounce. And once they pronounce it, they will use the military to kill you. So the thing is that if you accept to go and support P2B, which you know that P2B will not even get up to 5% of the total vote that will be cast, they will never get 5%, and then you will come out and start fighting. They are going to treat you the way they are treating Sowore. That is the reason why Sowore can never make any impact in Nigeria again. That is why Sowore's population is diminishing. That is why Sowore has been regarded as nobody. Because when he rises up to talk, they say, because you lose the election. And that is why Sowore is being treated like a small boy today. And nobody is taking Sowore serious again. Even those who are supporting One Nigeria will never take Sowore serious. Because when Sowore is talking and protesting, you yourself that is telling me youth are rising will say, oh, because he lost the election. He contested and lost, and now he's rising up. That you see, Sowore's life has been useless since 2015. Till now, he paid the price. He's continued to pay the price of supporting these evil people. Now, so P2B being in this particular election is also a chess game that the British played. He went to London. He consulted them. They told him already that being in PDP is already a failed mission on arrival. Failed on arrival. So Peter Obi jumped. Immediately he came back from Nigeria. He jumped and resigned from PDP. He jumped to Labour Party. And I have been saying it. The only reason they asked him to do that was because they just want him to be used to draw the Ndi Igbo to be part of this election. That's all. So that Ndi Igbo will validate the election. And because we know them, because we already, as they are planning, we are planning too. So we are saying Ndi Igbo, Biafra, can never be part of this election. We are not going to use P2B fake promise and fake hope to validate Nigeria election again for the next 4 years. We are not going to accept that. And if you think that P2B
looks like I lost Simon. I'm not hearing Simon.
I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are hearing you. We're hearing you.
Yes, we can hear you.
You're loud.
So what I'm saying is that the P2B coming to become a president is dead on arrival. It is not possible. And again, even if P2B become a president, he's supposed to have a national assembly he's going to work with to make his government successful. Now, because of what the Fulani has planned by implementing the 1989 Abuja Declaration to make Fulani and the Muslims, especially those extremists, to take key strategic position in Nigeria, appointing them into key sensitive position in Nigeria because of the Fulanization of Nigeria. So they are not going to go back and restructure and remove that Abuja Declaration that are already in completion stage. So if Peter Obi come as a president, the National Assembly controlled and dominated by Northerners are going to rubbish him. And it is not even going to be possible because, like I have said, that for you to win a presidential election in Nigeria, you need to belong to a Northernized party and the Fulanized party. These are the people who decide because your vote does not count in Nigeria. And even if your vote counts, they are going to tell you did not win the election. So apart from the fact that Peter Obi is an Igbo man, which can never be allowed to even win one word in the northern Nigeria, I want you to think about it. Think about how many votes he gets in Yoruba land in the last presidential election, the total number of votes. Think about the total number of votes he gets in Biafra land in the last presidential election. And even if you want to vote, you will not be given the PVC. Until the day of the election, you will not receive your PVC. So, you see, once they know that there is a big turnout of people registering for PVC, they will make it impossible for you to receive it until after the election. It is happening. Now, the question I should be asking you now is that all this while that the election have been taking place in Nigeria and people are registering for PVC, what have happened to those responsible for distribution of PVC when 20% or 50% of Nigerians have not received their PVC? What have you done? Have the Nigerians taken any action against those responsible for distributing the PVC? The answer is no, because they know what they are doing. So even if you go and register now, it's not a guarantee you are going to receive your PVC because that is normal according to the Nigeria system. So my brother, we are not ready to take the risk of let us try. It's no longer the time of trying. We are working with reality on ground. And that is why we are saying it is time to sacrifice your vote for the very first time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for a very comprehensive answer to the question. And now I think Omo Odua, you can unmute yourself and go on if you're there now.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, very clear.
Okay, thank you so much. Firstly, greetings to everyone wherever we are. I want to say a special greeting to Mazi and Simon Ekpa. Thank you for being the voice of the voiceless, not just to the Igbo people and the Biafrans, but across all of Africa. You give strength to the indigenous people, of which our lands have been forcefully taken, our language forcefully taken, our culture forcefully suppressed, and with people like you, you are inspiring the next generation. And no doubt you are putting fear in the hearts of the Nigerian government. Because what Nigerian government has always been afraid of is the truth. They have always kept this contraption on the basis of lies, divide and conquer. They have always been aware that when the truth is being said, the people's mind will be set free. A lot of followers today are here because of how much Mazin Nnamdi Kanu lit up our ability to think and question things, rational thinking of which they have deprived average indigenous people. Because I will not call myself, I am not a Nigerian, I am a Yoruba man. Calling myself a Nigerian is accepting that I am a slave to the British and I am a slave to the Fulani hegemony. I am a Yoruba man. And it starts that when you ask someone defending Nigeria itself, you say, can you defend what Nigeria, can you explain what Nigeria is? Unfortunately, they cannot. And you begin to see the disillusion. And that is why teaching like yours and Mazi Simon Ekpa is really critical in this point in time, because it's the renaissance, it's the essence that the ability for us to know and question things. Like you said just a while ago to start with, when you spoke about the election of Peter Obi, it is even laughable. It is an insult that someone like Peter Obi in the last election will be a vice president to Atiku. We can start from that. It is an insult that someone with the capability of someone like Osibanjo is a vice president to Buhari. These are very brilliant people under the astute and direction of people that does not have the same acumen and brain power like them. And you see Nigerians defending those kind of senseless logic. Does it not mean that you lack common sense? How can someone with a secondary school certificate be bossed over people that are professors, well-read people that knows their onions? But that is Nigeria for you. That is to tell you you're going to school, you're being educated, it means nothing. And the problem that we are having, why we are still in this contraption right now, is because of our own mass population of Yorubas and Igbo people that are still showing some kind of leaning to this Fulani controlled empire. Nigeria is an empire. And what started in the 18th, 19th century has not ended, which is a fact. If anybody can pick up a book and read The Clash of Civilization, then you will understand clearly that Nigeria cannot work. It is impossible. The clash of religion, the clash of language, the clash of culture. You see things from a different world view. And the irony of everything that makes everything so sad is that you have a group of people advancing, conquering people with their Islamic and Arabization agenda. And we have our brothers in the south of Nigeria thinking like Western people that you want to use education to liberate a people that is conquering you, even with arms and ammunition. How dark can we be? You are shouting Peter Obi. Can Peter Obi end Islamic fundamentalism in the north? Can Peter Obi arrest a Muslim cleric? How? You cannot build a nation without law and order. Law and order is the principle on which you can build a structure. How do you want Peter Obi to end ISIS? How do you want Peter Obi to end ISWAP? How do you want Peter Obi to end Boko Haram? How do you want Peter Obi to end the herdsmen that have invaded your land? Where do you want to start from? Nigeria needs an average of $900 billion to build electricity. The budget is 20 billion, and in this 20 billion, even the diaspora remittance is bigger than the 20 billion they have yearly. Nigeria is an illusion. The potential of what is to be, it is not your reality. Nigeria, it's not a reality. It is just a place where the British with the Fulani have put together to destroy the indigenous people of West Africa so that they can take all of their resources at cheap with the collaboration of the Fulani hegemony from the very start. You have to ask yourself, out of every indigenous people in Nigeria, they did not return the flag to any indigenous people except people that migrated to Nigeria, which were the Fulani, and they gave them their flag. It was symbolic. And for me, it is high time for us to understand that it's all a fallacy, it is all a lie. Countries are built on value systems. A country has to have a soul, has to have a culture, has to have an identity. Without all this, there will continue to be this clash. Some of you are so quick to say, look at the Northerners, they come together. It is only normal because they come together under the umbrella of Islam and Hausa language. How do you want the Yoruba man and the Igbo man to come together when they are fighting on who has superior, who wants to build? You can be sure of one thing today. If Yoruba nation and Igbo nation comes, it is not going to be about jealousy. It is going to be about how to compete and develop and outdo ourselves, which is what essence of what human beings should be. People can talk about what Nigeria was. It was between what happened between Michael Okpara and Awolowo. And they became best of friends because they wanted the best for their society. And that has been the only time that Nigeria has known some kind of development. They were intent, they were trying to outdo each other for the betterment of their people. You ask people shouting Peter Obi today, what is the political ideology of Peter Obi? They do not know. Because, like Mazi Simon Ekpa said, this is just another mental masturbation to draw out the Igbo people, give them a false illusion, inclusiveness in the Nigerian product that we know 100% Peter Obi can never win. Just to round up, they have destroyed Southeast politically. Politically, the Southeast have been destroyed. And people still shouting Tinubu, Tinubu. If they bring out Tinubu down today, they have eventually destroyed the Southwest politically. Now, what is left? Politics is war. They take care of Southeast, they take care of the Southwest. What is left? It's high time for us to wake up and fight the inevitable. A war is coming. We have to put our house in order and do what we have to do. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Mazi. May the spirit of your ancestors continue to guide and protect you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very well. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for that particular wonderful contribution there. Our brother from Oduduwa land, you spoke very well, and your point is like, thunder, so you've made the point very clear. And in addition to what you've said, so what we are saying now is that even those who push P2B to go and join another party so he can use his influence to validate the Indibo in this election. And these people know that Nigeria is going to be a failed state that will end in civil war, according to their prediction in 2030. So what we are saying now, that our brain is very, very hot at this moment, and we are very calculative, and we are very, very smart. We know that if we continue like this, at the end of the day, Nigeria is going to go to civil war anyway. So the question is, what would have been our fate, or what would be our fate if we wait until 2030? So we don't need to wait till 2030. The best opportunity is now. We have, able-bodied men. We have people that will stand on their ground to fight and defend our land. At this point, we do not know what will happen if we allow them to continue from 2023 and then go into election. The next president of Fulani may be even worse than what we see now, and then they will continue to target our young men to kill them so that nobody will fight against to defend our land when they will come at the end of the day. So what we are trying to say now is that this particular collapse and failure and as a failed state that they are predicting, we don't need to wait until it comes, because it is something that is going to come anyway. So we are going to end it next year. The next year, it is going to ending it will start from no election in Biafra land. And I believe that our Oduduwa brothers are joining us. So no election, you can see that, like you rightly said, they have destroyed Southeast politically. The same thing is happening to the Southwest. Tinubu can never be allowed. If you listen to Tinubu, he said, I made him a president. I did this, I did that. It is not what Fulani want to hear. Fulani have agenda. And that is why some of us, the young generation of the southern Nigeria, are now waking up. And we should wake up and use the brain God gave us to sensitize our people to know that it is not what Tinubu think that is going to happen. Tinubu is an aged man, and he cannot think for us. Tinubu, as far as I'm concerned, may not have another 30 years to live. Some of us have 30 years to live. So we need to involve the people that have longer years to live, because they are going to be the one that will suffer whether this thing is good or bad. So we are stepping up the game that in 2023 election, we are going to start the disintegration of Nigeria. Nigeria needs to be negotiated, and our land and borders need to be returned back to the original state. I think by tomorrow I will begin to lecture on the 1958-59 Constitutional Conference, and I will bring the original document of that constitutional conference, and before the Nigeria independence. I will bring the original document because I have it, and I will begin to teach on it for you to know the original map and what Nigeria was before the 1960s. So at least we're going to start from there. So thank you very much, my brother from Ududuwa. I agree with you 120%. Next person, please.
Yeah, right now then we'll have Onyeka Chukwu. Please, can you unmute yourself and go on?
Thank you very much. Thank you, my great comrades and the number one disciple of His Excellency, Lord Emelike. My name is Onyeka Chukwu, one of the offsprings of the greatest progenitors of this planet's Earth, the originator of democracy and discoverer of iron technology, but they never used it against anyone. I'm here to first I thank the last speaker before Mad Simon, our brother from Ududuwa. He really spoke my mind. He's a very intelligent man and very good observer. You see, please, I need more time. I want to touch several things, very, very important. Before 15 years ago, a northern police officer was posted to my community. And we had a communal issue, and they came to arrest my sister and my elder brother. I resisted them not to take my sister. And after much, I agreed to follow them. Then they dropped my sister. So we went to the station. My brother wrote his statements. I wrote mine separately. And when the IPO was then after reading the statement, he saw that we wrote exactly the same thing. And he corrected me for one thing, that I shouldn't be allowing paragraph while writing statement, something like that. So that made both of us become friends. After the case, so we used to interact. When my brother was about to do wedding, traditional marriage, I invited him. So when the man came in my local government, we have up to 6 to 7 towns. And my town is third largest. And that my town, when this man came to my town, he has not, maybe the man moved just know only half of my town. Do you know what he told me? He asked me, is this one local government? I asked him, what do you mean? He said, it's too big. I said, this is just, this is half of my town. The man told me my town would be 6 local governments if it were to be in the north. Then when you calculate the whole thing, the whole town in my local government, you will get that my local government will be equivalent to 30 to 40 local government in the north. That is to say, when 300 million allocation is given to every local government, equivalent to my local government will be getting 3 to 4 billion in the north. Are you getting this? That one is apart. And we shouldn't forget that the first ever census and election conducted in Nigeria, Britain allotted 30 million population to the north. And Britain started corruption and fraudulent activities in Nigeria from the foundation. Okay? And again, anybody that is thinking, any Biafran that is thinking, or Igbo man that is having iota of belief that Peter Obi will ever win, smell the seat. The person may not know why they kill Okadibo. Why they kill Okadibo, but that one is another day. So my people, please, I want us to use one mind. These people call our leader in the South, most of them are not our bloods. Those people that are telling you support Nigeria, are you ever asked what is their DNA report, the result? Have you ever asked for their DNA? Most of them that call your leader, most of them are infiltrated blood. Most of the people telling you support one Nigeria, you will be surprised when you allow yourself to be fooled to the point of going forward and going back. No, you have no means. You will remain stagnant. Then you remember that those people that are telling you they are not your blood. As a full Igbo man, as a full-blooded Igbo man, I know 80% of what an Igbo man can do without being told. No Igbo man will ever hurt a pregnant woman, let alone kill him. No Igbo man will keep food meant for his people when they needed food most and refuse to give them. No Igbo man will keep quiet with a clear eyes will keep quiet where his people are being killed and he will not talk. On this regard, Mazi Simon Ekpa and all Igbo youths, I want us to keep vote of no confidence to those calling themselves Ohanese. They have done harm. They have done much harm to us. They are being paraded themselves as our leaders. And remember, whenever they talk, Katualine will post it. They are not representing us. They are working for Fulani and claiming they are representing us. We have to tell them that we don't need them. We remember what his predecessor of Obiozo did in Obigbo, where 3,000 Obigbo youth killed by that murderer. And he went there to praise him, to sing Nwike Kiageso. I can never forget it in my life. And subsequently, his successor gave the army award. What an insult. So my people, they forgot what they're supposed to do. Our people are in Benue State, forgotten. Kogi, forgotten. In many places, forgotten. They abandoned what they're supposed to be doing and doing politics. Working for Fulanis to our detriment. We must warn them because Oha Wednesday and Eze Woha. Without Oha, there will be no Eze. Without Oha, there will be no Eze. And we know that, as he's saying, that vox populi, vox Dei, and voice of the people is voice of God. So anybody who is disrespecting the voice of the people, disrespecting God. So we have to tell the George Odozo and co to stop parading themselves as our leaders. We don't need them anymore. We don't need them. We don't need them anymore. We have to do it officially because they are being used to deceive the international community. Let us reason it in perspective. They are killing in our land. We want them to act. I know they will not act. They will know what is going on. But let us put it in this perspective. As our people are being killed, those that claim to be our leaders, they are not talking. The media are not covering it. How do you expect the international community to act when those that claim to be a leader, they are not talking? The same thing we are talking. They are not saying about the killing of their own people. They are all mute. The media are not covering it. Then how do you expect them to act? Even though I know they will not act, but let us consider it that way. So we should know those we are going to tackle and treat their fuck up first, decisively. And let me tell you, my people, if you really want your freedom, you must step on toes. You must step on toes. If you are trying to do try to do political correctness, I said that half truth tellers are worse than liar. My name is Onyeka. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, now we Isoko Queen, you're welcome. You have the mic today. I'm taking your place as a co-host, but you're very welcome, Adabiafra.
Thank you. It's not a problem. I've actually been very busy today. Simon Ekpa, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. It's nice to be here to actually speak, not co-hosting today. So, today in the UK, for the past 2 days now, we've been celebrating the jubilee of the Queen. And that got me thinking. I'm like, we've seen everything that is happening in the UK right now. People are so obsessed with this whole the Queen, the monarchy, the tradition. Like they've kept this for hundreds of years, and they keep, this is their tradition and their culture. And that got me thinking, and I was like, Nigeria, what is our Do we have a national tradition or culture? I was just thinking about it. I was like, we don't have. We are not nationalists. The North, they are nationalists to their northern whoever. The South, yeah, maybe somebody they will like somebody. Like we are not one. We don't have any ideology that makes us one. So what is really making us think we are one? In fact, who told us that? How come we had that in our head all these years and we just kept going with it? We are not one. We are not even, we don't have any traditions that you call, Nigerian tradition. You have the Yorubas. They have their tradition, their culture. The Igbos have their own. The Edos have their own. The Isokos, the Irobos, the Efiks. All these people are ethnic. They are all ethnic nations that have their traditions for years, thousands of years, and they've kept it on. There is no Nigerian tradition. There is no Nigeria tradition, no Nigeria culture, no Nigerian way of, there is none. Every ethnic nation have theirs. So why are we come? Why are they putting us together to say we should be together as a country? We cannot be a country. It is a lie. It is a lie from the pit of hell. That is why we are not progressing. That is why we cannot progress. How can you boil rice, boil beans, boil yam, boil plantain, boil everything, put everything together, yama 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 yama, and give somebody? It will not be sweet. It will not come out well. We are not coming out well. You cannot pile us up together and bring us out as one. It's not possible. It's not working. Now coming back to the election, some people will come up because you have so much love for Peter Obi. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. National breakfast is going to touch every one of us or one of you that is clamoring for one political delegate or the other that is not from the north. National breakfast is going to come. And that time, you open your eyes and you will say, yes, Nigeria is not working. Because I don't understand how from NSAS to Deborah's killing, and they will bring something else to make you still think, you can still make it work. Yes, maybe this one will make it work. Maybe this one will still make it work. Peter Obi, if he's there, will make it work. It will not work, sir. It will not work, ma. Nigeria is not supposed to be a country. The better you know that now, the better then then you have peace. It's better you know that now that Nigeria will not work. Peter Obi, Obasanjo, Osinbajo, whoever it is they are, Nigeria will not work. The only people Nigeria is working for are the people from the north. Because as far as they are concerned, Nigeria is their country. They are the only nationalists. They are the only people that are patriotic. They are the most patriotic people. You say you're Buhari. Whoever Buhari chooses in APC that is not a northerner, I bet you that Buhari will still support Atiku to become president. In Buhari's heart, he will want Atiku to become president. You think maybe because they are in the same party, they will not support themselves? Look at you. Look at you. How many weddings have happened in the north? You see all of them come together, bow down to themselves, eat together. You don't know they are all the same. They are nationalists. They are the Nigerians. We are not Nigerians. If you're from the south, you are not a Nigerian. The better you know this now, so you start having peace of mind and start working your head on how you be self-determined. Start thinking, start working with people that want us to have self-determination for ourselves. We cannot continue like this. Are we mad, ni? How can you continue with one kind of solution for over 60 years and you think you will have another result? You will have the same results. 2023, you have another president, the same results. In the next 8 years again, another set of results. What do you want? Are you not pitying your children, eh? I'm sure my parents, they pitied me. But unfortunately for them, now I have to now fight for my own children now. Should I now continue and say, okay, my children should not fight for their own children? Make we get rest. At least make we rest. Make we match break rest first. It's too much. We don't tire. Let's give ourselves brain. Nigeria is not gonna work. The better you know this now, so that you start having peace of mind, so you start thinking of what the next step. You will never get Peter Obi. You will never even get anybody. Whoever they bring, APC bring from the south will never become president. Know that and no peace. The election has been rigged before it's even started. Look at even you people in southeast still complaining. INEC, you cannot even still register. They make everything so difficult for you to even get a voice. They make it so difficult for you to have a voice, for you to even choose who you want. Is that not to tell you that they don't even care what you want? What again do you want? Until they come and shoot you in your house for you to know that they don't care? They're just using you as puppets to dangle in your face for you to think there's something going to happen. One change is coming. No change is coming, Oga. The better you know this now, so that you know, have peace. You have peace of mind. No change. Nothing is going to happen. Peter Obi will not become president. Atiku is your next president. It has been signed by them and they know that. You think what Tabua did to Wike? You think all those things were not planned for a long time? They will dangle you. And I pity all these our southern brothers. All of them on Twitter, they'll get on stages with all these stupid people from the north. All of them, they will sit down and be castigating. They will castigate today 20 sins of Peter Obi. Tomorrow, Osimba Joy is this. Next tomorrow, Tinubu is that. They will come. All of them, they will come on stage. They'll be talking. Yes. The better you start having sense that this Nigeria is not for you, the better for you. Nigeria belongs to the north. Have sense and no peace. I yield.
Yeah, thank you so much, Isoko Queen, for that wonderful contribution. Now we have Enter Biafra. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, Mazi, before the Enter Biafra, let me just use a few seconds to also add to what our Isoko said. The issue of the normalization of this whole political process, even this is what happened to Jonathan, to give example. Jonathan, when the time for Jonathan came, even Tambua, this same Tambua now, that stepped down for Wike to lose and all that, to protect his northern interest. The same Tambua, all of them, are they not the one who went to National Assembly, to jump fence at the National Assembly and break the National Assembly? Assembly to Jonathan regime. All of them come together and work against Jonathan. So something is going to happen. People should wake up that we must not allow this election to take place in 2023. That should be our priority for now. And then when we get to that bridge of after the election did not take place, we are going to cross it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Enter Biafra, are you there? Can you please talk to us?
Yes, I'm here. Mazi, thank you. I just want to contribute a little bit because all these people come here to ask about election, P2B, let's do this. Some of them don't even know what we are fighting for, because what we are fighting for is for survival. This is not about marginalization, because this our governors, our Aneza or whatever. Well, the question they are not asking themselves is, what is the agenda of this Boko Haram? Someone already talked about this before. They don't know the agenda. If they know, they are pretending. That means they don't like us. There's nothing we have to do with them because they don't know what we are fighting for. If marginalization It's not even the Fulani are the one marginalizing us. It's our own people. So it's the same people you want to go and let to become your president or whatever. Someone you gave 1,000 that cannot manage it very well. Is it when you gave the person 5,000 is going to manage it? It was be I've been a governor for Anambra State. It doesn't it does nothing for Anambra State, some part of Anambra State. My community, you have no light, no road, nothing since we were born till date. So what are we talking about Nigeria election and all this? P2B is just a willing tool. They are using him to do their bidding because they know since we have not started this Biafra dictator, nobody talk about Igbo person being a president in this manner. But they are saying it now because they know not Salogoko. So they think bringing P2B will make our people to say, okay, after all, let our person go. If P2B go now, he just declare Biafra. For what? P2B cannot even smell there. So let people stop talking about P2B. I don't even expect anybody who answer Igbo name to come here or answer any name Biafra Eastern to come here and start talking about P2B that is fighting for this Biafra freedom. So let's one Nigerian is. So I don't expect anybody that is fighting for Biafra freedom to come and talk about P2B because we already know their mindset about P2B. So in the other hand, you say that you cannot share God's glory with any man, and human being created Nigeria, Lord Lugard. That means you are giving Lord Lugard the glory you're supposed to give God. But this one we are doing now, we are trying to build this nation for God, so that God will take His glory. He say, what God joined together, let no man put asunder, and what God put asunder, let no man join together. We are not one before. So human being cannot just join us together to glorify God. We are not going to remain in a sin to allow grace of God to abound. Grace cannot bound. So my quest is for us that is fighting for this freedom, not to give up, to stand our ground, no election, because this is our own last time to stand to defend our people. No election in Biafra land. Ndewo Mazi.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm not seeing the Obi ideologist or article ideologist here. So they are not talking. If you are here and you are listening to us and you have a very wonderful question that will crumble our agitation, bring it up. This is why we are here. We need tough questions and tough suggestions that one Nigeria will exceed 2023 and one Nigeria will go down before 2023. So that is my own question. And if you are such a V ideologist or article ideologist or Nigerian ideologist, you can indicate by raising up your hand so that we can call upon you to educate us, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for the
Can I?
contribution. The law, yeah, you have the mic, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. I will start by saying, referring to the last speaker, please, whose mic is on, please?
Okay.
Okay. The last speaker, I wouldn't say that I will not support anyone coming up here to discredit P2B for any reason. The question we should be asking ourselves is not even that P2B is bad. Because if you look at all of these junks coming out to contest, you will know that if we are being realistic, if we are going to tell ourselves the truth, not, just to be sincere to a point, that P2B is the best among them. But the question is not him being the best. The question is, what is the possibility with the structure, with the way Nigeria is structured, and with everything that is fighting progress in Nigeria? So for someone to come up here and say and want to discredit P2B, I don't think that it is the best thing. Because in as much as we want to preach to people, convince people, let us also let them see the sincerity, show them the points, tell them the factuals. Then within themselves, they can now decide. The issue is that Nigeria, the way it's constructed, is designed to always destroy the best. to always stop people from progressing. So is P2B a good candidate? Does he understand? Does he have sense? Is he intelligent enough? Does he understand the concept? Of course he does. But the question is, can he ever have that chance? Of course, I don't see the possibility, right? With the way Nigeria is designed. Now, there's also another thing I want to talk about, and that is on our method of preaching to people. I want people to begin to see this thing that is a marathon. This struggle is a marathon, not a sprint. If we are pushing on a struggle, we should learn to understand how the human mind work, especially the human mind of blacks, of Nigerians that have suffered miseducation, that have been subjected to some pattern over years. You see the media distortions, you see the manipulations right from onset. Now, how do you begin to re-educate, re-engineer these people? We don't have to do it by do. No, we have by force or push it so hard. I like the resilience of the people that are pushing for this agitation. But please, we need to be patient. It's very important. If you push it by force, if we push it so hard, being resilient is different and, calm and enduring is different by, okay, some people are beginning to see that we want Biafra today or tomorrow. If you put it like that, we make a lot of mistakes. Now we have to consider other things surrounding this struggle. Our neighbors, some of our neighbors from the south, how are they seeing the struggle at this point? How do we need to, break in there? Isokwe is from that region. You can see everybody knows her level of agitation. But for us to lie to ourselves that there is no work to do in that region, then we are not telling ourselves the truth. Look at their own leaders, the people that had voice. I had an engagement with Renaud Mokri. I said, if only you have used your voice for your Ishekiri people to discuss their plight, to tell the world what they are going through, the denial of their resources, the heavy military siege, the suffering, no presence of government. How many times have you used your voice to, talk about these things? You will never hear Ishekiri from Renaud Mokri's mouth or even the Niger Delta. But it's always about Igbos, anything Igbos, and he will even go to an extent of becoming a boy to a northerner, rather than having any mindset of ever supporting his people. These are the problem. And Renaud Mokri happens to be one of the educated ones that at least is enlightened. Now you ask yourself, if the likes of Renaud Mokri can be thinking like this, what of with all the exposure, what of the average persons from that area that have been subjected to overtime manipulation? Please, my brothers, we need to be patient. There is this thing we should also understand about our people. Now, people are beginning to think P2B 2023. I don't think we should push it hard. Because if you push it hard, okay, don't do the election, don't do anything, don't do. No. Tomorrow they will come. I'm just suggesting how people's mind work. Everybody knows my stand on this. Tomorrow you will see that 90% of people will now be saying, oh, Shebi, had it been you allowed us, this man, P2B, would have won. You are the one that destroy our opportunity of having someone that will give us those things. And forever, you will remain blamed. They will turn you, even though you understand that. Of course, if you go to the poll, if you do anything, P2B will never win. There's
Please,
everything working against him.
you can round up your distance, please, so I will address you. Okay, you have made your point. Okay,
Okay, it's all right, but
yeah.
I'm just saying we should learn how to be patient with people.
You have said.
We
You
don't
have
have
said.
to
Now
push
let
it
me.
far.
Can I address
I am
you
your
now?
supporter, but
I know. Can
I
I
think
address you now? You have said your point. You have made your point, and I can address you now. Now let me tell you, we are not here for. And I will correct you one thing. We are not just in agitation. We are now in the liberation phase. And so it does not matter what people come with an emotion and all that. It does not matter. It is not today we are hearing it was your fault. Mazen Amdekano has been blamed in 2019. Oh, you call for boycott of election, and all of a sudden you say, okay, go and vote when people did not have a voter's card and all that. We've been hearing these things for many years. It did not happen. It did not start today, and it is not going to change the position of those who always come to blame. Let me also tell you that when the first census, after in the 1999 census or so, when Wazirike started this thing, Wazirike stopped census. Today, you have blamed Wazirike for stopping the census, but not blaming him anymore. You've forgotten that. So we have been hearing all this blame and blame this and blame that. You can go ahead to blame. In a struggle like this, you can do mistake, and mistake is acceptable. So if the mistake we are going to do is by stopping the election in 2019, because we know what is on ground, P2B is only there to draw the attention and the presence of Ndibo in the election. If that is going to be a mistake, we are ready to take that mistake. And it is just as simple as that. And then for some of you that will come here to say, stop pushing for that, stop pushing this, stop pushing hard, Southwest or our coastal region have not wake up and all that, they are going to wake up by force. They have addressed this issue. The reason why you see them behaving as if they did not wake up today is because they have seen how unserious some of you who claim to be supporting us and at the same time say you don't push hard. I don't know when we are going to start pushing the hard. So if you are supporting us, you should come out and support us to push more harder. You cannot be supporting us and at the same time you say don't push harder. So it is because of you, people like you, that made them not to take this agitation serious. So, and we are not going to be allowed that to be happening. So you come here, we are going to address you the way you are addressing us, because we are pushing very, very hard, and we continue to push hard. And the pushing hard has entered a different dimension. So we are stopping the election next year. And we are not bothered who is going to blame us. But I know at the end, people will know how right we have been. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mazi Simon. Now, Nkoro Gabriel, I think you are the next speaker. Can you unmute yourself?
Mazi, please, I think can Captain send a message to me that he can kindly bring him on stage. Thank you so much. Sorry to cut in.
All right. Thank you, fellow comrades. It's a great privilege to be part of this unique space. Special thanks to the host, a very able senior brother, Barrister Simon Ekpa. The last two speakers have said some things that are very, for me, very important to note. The law who spoke last is encouraging that we should not see this race like a sprint, like a 5-10 minutes 100-meter race where you run from one destination to the other in a dash. He said we should, however, see it more like a marathon, or maybe like a relay. It's given.
My brother, it will be good that you say your own opinion. Don't repeat what somebody have said, which I have addressed to the best of my knowledge. The race is marathon. We have been running this race since 1945, if I'm not mistaken. We have been running this race officially since 1967 till date. So I don't know what somebody is coming here to say we shouldn't be running marathon, we should not be sprint, as if we started Biafra struggle yesterday. Biafra struggle officially started in 1967 when the war started. Till date, we continue to fight this war. So I don't know why somebody is coming here to say. So say your own opinion. Forget what you have said. I have addressed him, and that addressing is better, to the best of my knowledge. And I believe it is valid and accepted by the majority of Biafrans. Thank you. Go ahead with your own point.
Okay, now why I am reiterating what he said is because my own point is founding, is continuing from where what he mentioned, and not just him, even the
So
person before him.
just go ahead and make your point, because we don't have that time. Otherwise, we will take you out and bring another person. Go ahead and make your own point. Ask your question and let us hear you. Don't repeat what somebody else said here, please.
Okay. For emphasis sake, I'm going to give an Igbo adage that's very popular and common amongst the Igbo people. Ndị Igbo na-asị na a na-esi ụlọ amara mma afọ ama. And every time I sit in a congregation of people across Nigeria and even amongst my Igbo brothers, it comes to play that in what we have today as Nigeria, as of today, the Igbo region, the Southeast region, Abia State particularly, amongst the Southeast region, has witnessed one of the most terrible series of unfortunate governance. And the question I always get asked each time is, why not make well our home first before taking the battle to the front yard? Aba supposed to be the pride of the whole East. Aba has a very, very strategic beacon in history in the whole of Nigeria, Africa, and even in the Biafra struggle. Aba was more like the military war chest during the Biafran war. We have the Ojuku bunker there in Aba.
Sorry for muting you. Please, can you just go straight and ask us questions? I just state your question. I think the points you're making right now, we already know all this, and then we know what ABBA stands for. Please just go straight, ask your question so that Master Simon can address you so that we can move forward. Thank you so much.
Before I go on to ask my questions, if people will not be allowed to freely air their voices, if this is seeming more like a dictatorial space already where people cannot freely air themselves, then I think we may not be very, very right with that. What I'm trying to say in essence
So
is
you
this.
cannot ask a question. You are talking about Abba. The issue you are saying, everybody knows it, and that is the reason why we are leaving Nigeria. Because you cannot hold the governors who have looted the state treasury of Abia State responsible in a state controlled by the Fulanis. These are the reasons we are leaving Nigeria. So don't you see that the former governor of Imo State, that the EFCC bugged his house and entered his house through the ceiling? Is because he has squandered the money that meant to develop the state. And at the end of the day, they grant him bail. Has he released the money? Has he built hospital? The answer is no. You see, the same money is being looted in Abia State. How do you hold them responsible? You hold them responsible by when EFCC will arrest them and release them on request or on bail. So how do you continue with a country like that? And is because we are now fighting for Biafra, and it is going to start from the Biafra. So in Biafra, we will be able to address those issues, and everybody will be held responsible for their position. Biafra law and constitution will make it possible for us to hold the leaders accountable. In Nigeria, you cannot hold anybody accountable. Once you arrest them, they will get order from the people that gave them the opposition, and they will be released. So why are you talking about Abia State? If you know that Abia State has been in a devastated situation, and we need to talk about the leadership and the governance and all that, you should begin to support Biafra. Because in Nigeria, you can shout from now till the kingdom come, they will never hold any leader responsible. And that is why they are coming. Anytime you vote them as governors, they will loot your treasury, they will loot Abia State dry, while you live like a pig. Thank you very much. And please bring another person, because this guy don't have question.
Right now, I think you can go on and then with enlightenment on the roadmap to lasting peace, as you said. So, because there is no more question, as you can notice, or as you've noticed all this while, the one Nigerianists are no more showing up because they all they have is just propaganda, blackmails, and name calling. You know, they don't with no evidence or facts, so they are not showing up to prove their point. So.
All right, that's why we are here, so we will be coming also to make sure that there will be silence forever. Now, the issue of the roadmap to peace, to lasting peace in West Africa, in Sahel region, will be by disintegrating Nigeria. And I want to put it to everyone today that the United Nations was formed for global peace. So when you have a situation where you have a very dangerous diversity like you have in Nigeria, and you are witnessing the level of insecurity, crisis, killings, and what have you going on in the Southeast today, and of course, not only in the Southeast, in entire Nigeria, so then you need for the UN intervention to solve that problem. And because we know that Nigeria there are special vested interests in Nigeria by world powers, attached to our natural resources. The UN invoking the reason why they come into force will not be very active unless we activate it ourselves. So, if you look at other countries that have disintegrated, you know that they disintegrated for peace. The disintegration of those countries is for peace, for lasting peace, not for any other thing, but first and foremost for peace. The Soviet Union disintegrated for peace. Yugoslavia was for peace. The Czechoslovakia was for peace. Singapore and all of them was for peace. The Ethiopia and the other Eritrea also was for peace. Sudan and the North Sudan, South Sudan was for peace. Every disintegration that has happened has always been for peace to reign because of the dangerous diversity. And Nigeria is witnessing today the worst dangerous diversity in the history of humankind. So the roadmap to peace will start from 2023 when we stop the election of Nigeria in Biafra land. We are going to make sure that no single person will have the opportunity to vote. It is also our right. We are exercising our democratic right by not voting. Democratic right is not only when you go to the poll to vote. You can also vote and speak by not voting. So we have adopted that particular democratic right by beginning the awareness that our people must not vote and the beginning of disintegration of Nigeria and Biafra restoration or renegotiating the existence of what we have today will start to take place. Let me also make it very clear that because we are saying no vote does not mean that some people will not be saying vote. That is why we are in democracy. And those who are going to adopt and accept this particular notion of no vote are going to be bigger in number than those who will want P2B to be voted and voted for. So on this note, we are saying the only way for peace to return, not just in Nigeria, but in the entire Sahel region, is by UN understanding the reason why they were set up, reason why UN come into existence was because of global peace. And whenever the issue of diversity, ethnicity, religions is being the genitor and the reason for the insecurity and killings, you have the UN have always intervened somehow. But of course, we know that in Nigeria case, it is a little bit different because of the vested interest in Nigeria. So we are calling on all Biafrans and the good ones that the only way to kickstart this particular roadmap to freedom is by making sure that there is no general election under Nigeria government in our territory. The only election that will be allowed is the referendum. And of course, we are not even saying that they're going to give us a referendum, but just to make sure that we also embrace a democratic process, is that we can accept a referendum organized by whoever that is going to organize it in our land to vote and decide whether we want to continue to be part of an evil entity, of an entity controlled by nomadic terrorists, or we want to go on our own and develop ourselves, have the right to determine and have hospital for our children and our mother, and the people will be able to live and have good road, good hospital, and what have you. Social amenities and those things that make life good, like we enjoy in different place of our abode today. So, my people, I've just come this evening to make this particular space discussion that you have to start making up your mind. If you are in Biafra land, at least you have to start making up your mind that in 2023 there will be no election in Biafra land, and it will be the beginning of the roadmap to peace, which will be after the disintegration of Nigeria. And those who say that our PVC, you need PVC for referendum, I don't think we need PVC for referendum. If the referendum is announced and adopted, there will be a provision for how the referendum is going to take place. So we are not going to be voting a referendum through PVC, because even PVC itself is a scam. The PVC is a scam in the sense that you cannot have a register for PVC that you cannot collect. So there must be a new strategy or mechanism, that this particular referendum will be voted and people will be allowed to vote and either for or against. So, but when we get to that particular bridge, we are going to cross it. So the issue of you are going to use PVC to vote for referendum is not acceptable by us, because we need to know and have a very good and legitimate and trusted system of voting in the referendum. So, and it may not be the PVC we are going to use, because we don't know, except if they are going to provide the PVC to every person above 18 years or from 18 years up in Biafra land, which I know it is impossible, because Nigeria in general election, they have never provided PVC to all the registered voters. So we are going to discuss the possibility of adopting a new system of voting in the referendum that will give everybody the opportunity, every single person, the opportunity to vote, either they want to be part of Nigeria or not. So until then, we will continue this discussion and awareness. Thank you all. Mazi, you can give us your closing remark, and then of course success as well. And it's okay if you are still here, so that we will go and prepare for my evening live program. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Listening to you, it's like waking up in the morning and calling on the gods to make way for us. You are the voice of the gods that we are hearing today, and Biafra land, our ancestors, and what makes Biafra tick is standing behind you, and they are moving also before you to create the paths, and no man can stop you. So I am very proud to be associated with whatever you're doing, to stand by you, and then to stand by the Biafran restoration, which I know is going very smoothly. So to close it up, I wanted to say something to our Yoruba brother Babalola that said something about P2B and all the rest of them. P2B, as I know, is a businessman, and let me take the word of Barrister Fela Durot. I think it's Fela somebody, the barrister, the law scholar from Yoruba land. He said, even if you take 20 of him and make them Nigerian president, they will fail woefully, so long as the 1999 constitution will be the constitution that he has to that they will be operating on. And even if all the people talking about P2B coming in and then being the president, let's say by any slightest mistake he achieves that, his failure I don't think they've already found the word that will use in qualifying the way he's going to fail. So it's better for him to realize that Nigeria is not for him, and we are not trading our freedom over any Igbo presidency. Our freedom is above ethnicity. And then they use coming together in supporting P2B. They came together also in supporting NSAS. What happened? Those you that came together to support NSAS, they are now supporting Atiku, supporting Osibanjo, supporting Tunubu, and all the rest of them. So yeah, we've been seeing the coming together of Nigerian youths, and we are not going to trade or surrender our freedom for their coming together for whatever purpose of backing or maybe standing on one Nigeria. Our freedom is above everything any human being can think of. It is an ordained destination which no man can stop. Even God himself has ordained it. So God cannot turn against us. So thank you so much. I yield the mic for Sussex.
Thank you very much. Sussex, are you there? Sussex, are you there?
I don't think so. Then
Okay.
Isoko Queen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. Thank you everybody that have spoken. Though I came much late. One thing I would say is that with this whole election thing that has been going on, the back and forth, the fighting, it's kind of making me a little bit happy because one, I feel like okay, they are fighting the fight for us because at the end of the day, they will all be served national breakfast, and in 2023, even before 2020, from next week self, so many people will come to their senses and start fighting for self-determination. The ones that have been on the fence hoping and hoping one candidate or one thing will happen that will make them believe, they'll change their mind and know that okay, yes, self-determination is the way forward. And in 2023, more people, their eyes will be open, but we're not going to stop and say because this is the government themselves, these politicians themselves are doing the work for us. We'll stop there. We keep on preaching, we keep on telling the people Nigeria is not working. Nigeria will not work. Whoever you put in there, the structure is faulty. It's just like having a bad foundation. Your house is about to break, and you decide you want to go and start painting. You want to paint or you want to build cabinets when the structure is faulty already. It's gonna collapse already. So what's the point? Why not just face the structure itself and try and fix that? Then you know that okay, whatever thing you bring in will be able to stay and stick, and and you that can work. But this all trying to put plaster on cancer, it's just for me. I see it as laziness. I see it as we are being lazy. Nigerians are lazy people trying to. Sorry for saying this, but this is it's just a sign of laziness when you don't want to fix the main problem that you know deep down in your heart that Nigeria is faulty. It is not the leadership. It's not putting somebody that you think can do better there. It's the fact that we have a faulty structure that can never work. Nigeria will never work. Let's just know that and have peace of mind and fight for us. Let's get our referendum. Then let's start fighting on how to build our own ethnic nations. If we want to come together as the South, if we want to come together and take the Biafra land, the Yoruba land, and the Niger Delta, Imidobe, whichever one we come to in conclusion in having at the end of the day. But we know we cannot be one together. We are not one. Let's just get it right for once and move on so that in the next 100 years we know yes we're able to build something from the scratch that is now for us the people. For this I yield, Simon. Thank you so much for giving me this platform to talk. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Mazi. I just want to make something very clear. I've been sending the mic randomly to almost all the people. Maybe I skipped maybe two or three people in this space, but I sent it all around. So in case someone comes up someday and say he came and then nobody yielded them or nobody invited him to speak up. So the mic has been going around and then I've been inviting them, but yes, you can see, yeah.
All right, all right. I have, I think success is back. Um, success is back. So success, can you? I don't know why a lot of requests here also.
Yeah, right now we've got, as Onyeka has spoken before, but we've got Mark. So he just left. So okay.
Okay, I can't even see. Um, there is somebody who want to.
One important something, please.
Yes, who?
Onyeka, one important something, please. One important. Can I?
Yes, just 1 minute, please.
Okay, thank you. This goes to African youths. I want to tell African youths that continuous sustaining Nigeria is continuation of keeping Africa backwards. Okay, the nations God created to make Africa to be Africa world power are caged in Nigeria. Believe it or you leave it. Nigeria must be disintegrated for Africa to go forward, to be able to rise, to compete with other continents. Otherwise, Africa will keep going backward. And the next 4 to 5 century, South Africa black will completely wiped out. Mark it somewhere. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Success. Success. Are you? Your mic is not yet. All right. So Akwarawa, can you mute yourself and talk because we're already closing up. So go ahead. Akwarawa, can you unmute yourself?
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Please.
Okay. Thank you for having the mic, Simon. Thank you for the good work and everyone in the house. I just want to send a message to the one Nigerians because for the Biafrans that have been in the struggle for a long time, they understand what we are fighting for and the reason we are living. So, for you people that are talking about Peter Obi or Atiku or Tinubu or anybody, let's take you back a memory lane. In 1965, when we had the first president in the First Republic, in the name of Nnamdi Azikiwe, that was our own brother, our own father, our own uncle, right? So, to everyone having him in that position of authority would have expected that Nigeria is in our hands, that we have everything to our disposal. But surprisingly, the template of the Islamization agenda, which is to destroy everyone's life in Nigeria, was playing out before his very eye that time. And his hands were tied. He could not do anything. Let me also remind us that we also had Ironsi as the chief commanding officer of the same army in that same time. So if you had power in charge of the army, in the defense of the country, then you don't have power in presidency. What else can you need to be able to have the sovereignty or to control a nation? Those are the two principal points. But with all this that we had in position of power, that never made any difference. So when you are saying Atiku or Peter Obi or Tinubu or anybody that will come to be from the southern extraction tomorrow as president, that it will make a difference, you are getting it very wrong. The template that was played out in 1960 to 1970 is the same thing that is playing out now. Why our gallant men of the Nigerian army, led by Nswoko, led that coup to revolt against the Islamization agenda that was supposed to have destroyed everybody, was to truncate that plan of this jihad. It is that same thing that is playing out now. And the wrong narrative of that, why that coup was carried out, has been pushed out to the public and people are not getting it straight. Today, that same thing is playing out now. So if we had Azikiwe as our own, as president, as at then, and then it could not do anything to stop what was to happen. The only thing he could do was to zoom off, run out of Nigeria when he saw that the thing was within his own office and he could not stop it. He ran out to London. The next place, he cruised down to the Caribbean to enjoy himself and to take refuge there while Nigeria was burning. It was only our gallant men that stood up that were able to do something to stop what was about to happen. This is an example for you to understand that having Tinubu or having Peter Obi or having any other Southern extract or even having a Fulani extract in power will not make life better for the Southerners. When I mean Southerners, that includes the Duduwa, that includes the Whole Eastern region. That let me also include the Middle Belters, because the only thing that you see in Nigeria is about the Islamization project, which is to come to be. So to you, one Nigerianist that really loves Nigeria and wants it to continue, think from this direction, that nothing will change on whoever is the next president that is in power. But to any person that is the next president in power, that person will only help the Islamization agenda to come very quick. And if that person even happens to be a Southerner or an Easterner, it will harness this Islamization agenda to be very, very useful. And that is when they will kill us all within a pace of time. Even when you have a Fulani man in the presidency, it is even better for you to be fighting, because you know that your problem is centered from someone that is seated and the Islamization is in their hands. So it's like saying it's better to make a friend with a devil than to say you want to go and look for an angel which you don't even know yet. Talking about whether silver or golden jubilee of the Queen in England, when you support or you are clapping for them, you are really, really supporting the continuous killing in Nigeria, because Nigeria is in the hands of the British. These are the people that set you up, and then they are milking from your death every day. And then you are supporting and then clapping for them, celebrating. This is not about even thinking about our own culture. Forget about culture here. Talk about life first. Because these people are the ones that set up this thing and then set it into the hands of these Fulanis to control and to continue to kill you from time to time. Thank you for giving me the mic, because we have limited time. I'll stop here. Ndewo Muchineke.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sources, can you continue?
All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Mazi. You have been an eyes of the gods. Uh, to start with, there is nobody called Nigerian youth. That's just a very simple truth everybody need to understand. That whatsoever these people that call themselves Nigerian youth comes out to support will always end up a failure. Take for instance the NSAS. Or anybody you see coming out in the name of youth to support any movement is coming out because he needs money, or he is hungry, or he wants to be noticed into a political view of the country. That is why Showore failed. That is why every mass movement that has involved the so-called lazy Nigerian youth will always continue to fail. Just like we have seen the ends and failure of P2B. Those of them clapping for him are clapping because of his money, and there is nothing else. So P2B will not even make it third person in the list when the result is called. So everybody who is gallivanting as Nigerian youth should start, as a matter of fact, liberate him or herself from mental slavery, because they are the one keeping Africa in perpetual bondage. Join the movement. for disintegration of Nigeria, either in 2023 or before 2023. And just like the memo released by USA that Nigeria will end up as a failed state in 2030, that vision is too long, and we cannot wait till 2030. The disintegration of Nigeria will start now, and this is the preparation, which is no to election in the whole of eastern Nigeria. We know as Biafra land. There will be no election. If they like, they should do whatever they like. Wike just saw a tip of it last week in Abuja. So all of them. So whatever they know, they should do. But one more thing is that everybody should come out and support this movement, either directly or indirectly, and make sure that Nigeria is disintegrated in peace. And to those UN who are not talking and watching people being killed, they are not saying anything. There will be no place. We are over 70 million. And when we came out as a refugee in your country, we become a very big burden to you. So you should do something very fast so that we can live in our own country. You live in your country, we enjoy the world as God created us to be. So to them that are one Nigerians, that are anti-Batiku or whatsoever, try to renew their slavery, those of them who want to take down the 1999 constitution, these are efforts in futility. Disintegrate Nigeria now. That is it. And Mazi, I thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for being here in this very time to educate our people, and we'll continue to do so until Nigeria is totally disintegrated and finally disappeared. The name Nigeria will go into oblivion. Nobody will make mention of that name anymore. It will be like Sodom and Gomorrah and Babylon. Thank you, and have a wonderful afternoon from here. See.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution. And of course, we are going to end this space. Thank you all for being part of this program. Thank you all for coming here. And thank you all for your contribution and your ideas and questions. And those who still want to go ahead to support One Nigeria, I will tell you that before the end of this year, you will have a very big reason to abandon One Nigeria. We will make you to abandon One Nigeria if Nigeria cannot make it themselves. So thank you very much. Always stay on alert to get our notification on a Twitter space. We are going to be coming every now and then to answer questions and clarify so many issues that bothers all of you. On this note, I want you to stay resolute on no election. Nothing is going to change this position because the freedom we are fighting for is here. Fulanis cannot stand us this time around. I want you to understand that the last time we engaged Nigeria government and the world was in 1967 to 1970. The entire world fought against us. Today, the story is going to be different. The story is going to be that every indigenous nationality in Nigeria will be fighting against Fulani, and the Fulani will not even start to stand this war. But we can still disintegrate. Everybody goes their way without any fight, without any shoot of gun. We are going to make this peace and let everybody go. But we cannot wait until after 2030, and Nigeria will still go to civil war and fight. And but then you must have been destroyed. The potential you have must have been destroyed. Every future must have been destroyed. So we are not going to wait to know, until that time comes. We are going to start it now. And you must be part of the freedom of your people. Fight for the future of your children. Fight for the future of your unborn children and your generation. And so that when they grow up, they are not going to say their parents are cowards. Be part of this movement to make history in Africa. Thank you very much.